Welcome back to Balls.
Show us your balls.
I'm your first host, Malachi. I use they, them pronouns.
I am your soon-to-be chairless host, Grace. I use she, her pronouns.
Chairless.
Yeah, my chair is on its last legs. That is to say that one leg is failing.
That's bad.
Now this is an interim chair. It's a wooden dining chair with no padding on it. Because my good chair fucking exploded.
That sucks.
It had a massive... It was riven at an important juncture. And I did just use a fun word, but only because I'm a fucking massive nerd and love Myst games. I learned what riven actually means, and it makes a lot of sense. Did you know that it's probably called riven because of the star fissure?
Interesting.
It's just like a massive gash right there in the middle of the place, and the land has been riven by
that makes sense. The land sure has been riven.
No, that's not necessarily true. It's just I thought it was. That's how I interpret it.
I feel like it's
I have
either
to finish
true
reading the
or
books.
it's a pretty big. I mean, might not be in the book. It could be like they were writing it. They're like, oh, it'd be cool if this place was called Riven because it's got like a huge gash.
Well, it's like it's mentioned by name as Riven before the game existed.
I'm just saying that might not be a thing
So.
that they describe in lore ever, even if that
That's
is
fair.
true. That the reason why it's named that is.
I mean, it's named that because that's what people call it, but
Yeah, but I'm saying it could be both.
that's fair. Anyways, today's a fucking interesting day. So Tuesdays are my busy days. That's the day we record this. That's trash day. That's the day that I do the most self-care. I get all fancy with it.
Yep. That reminds
Get
me
all
that I
nice
need to
and
shave.
clean. But I also have a doctor's appointment today, so like I'm a little rushed. I didn't get much sleep last night. I never get much sleep, but I didn't get much sleep last night in particular. It's like yesterday I was awake until 7, and then I slept until 3.
7
Today
a.m.
I was
to 3
awake
p.m.
until yes.
Okay.
Yeah, today I was awake until sometime around 7, and I woke up at 1:30.
Okay.
But even then, I woke up at 1, and then I existed in a liminal state until 1:30.
Right. I understand that. I a lot of the time stay in bed for so long after I wake up.
This wasn't staying in bed. This was existing in a liminal state.
Well, where were you?
In a liminal state.
Like, what
I
were
was
you
neither
doing?
here nor there.
But what were you doing?
Ceasing to exist, Malachi.
But like you were somewhere.
In a liminal space.
But like there's like
I'm holding on to this, okay? You're not going to take this from me.
I'm just saying.
Let me have this.
Like the liminal space.
Let me have it.
It's in between existing and not existing, right? But like there's still the existing half of it where you could have been somewhere. You could
I
have been
was in my bed, and then I ceased
Yeah.
existing before I started existing.
I think that is a very relatable way to put it. Versus just
Sure,
the liminal
but who
space.
wants relatability when you could be cool and fucking and weird and kooky and crazy and wild and wacky and zany and
Give me another. One more.
funny?
That's good.
I like to use esoteric words because then it makes me seem cooler than I am. But I think the fact that I use these words makes me cool, so...
What's the but there? That seemed like two thoughts that worked in conjunction.
I use them to make myself seem cooler, but I actually do think I am cooler for it.
Well, I don't think those are really contradictory at all.
Well, the one says I don't think I'm cool, but I like to pretend that I am by using cool words, and then the other one is saying, no, actually, I am kind of cool for using these words.
I don't think that the first part necessarily is true.
That's just your opinion, man.
You're right, but I'm right when I say that. It's not necessarily true that just because you say that you're trying to make yourself look cool means that you don't think you are cool.
Well, that's how it was meant, but,
Well, I can't
death of
argue
the
with
author
that.
and all.
Well, how's your week been then, outside of today's busyness and liminalness?
I got sick for 2 days.
That sucks. At least it was only 2 days.
Yeah. Well, it was like only one day, but it was like the last half of one day and the first half of the next.
Right. Was it like food
My
poisoning or something?
No, I just had like a small cold and it got real bad for a couple days, and now it's just on a real gentle simmer.
Wait, but got bad for. It was like bad for those 2 days, but you're. I see.
Yeah, I've still got a little bit of a cough and I'm still a little congested, but like I had a sore throat and I was really stuffy for about a day.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
I'm
I would
fine
describe myself as still sick, probably.
Yeah, it kind of carries in your voice, but you know.
Oh, I mean, with what you're doing, I'm not sick.
Oh, you sound just a tiny bit stuffy.
I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, to be fair, you were pretty sick for a while, so it's likely that you just are a little hoarse from it or something. I don't know.
That's probably
That
it.
or you just
I haven't drank
sleepy.
that much
I don't know.
either today.
You should do that. I'm actually gonna crack open a bottle of water right now on mic, and we're gonna sit in silence while I drink some water real quick. You ready?
I'm not gonna sit in silence.
Are you gonna narrate my water drinking?
Sure, I guess.
Okay, I'm starting.
I'm actually not gonna do that. I'm gonna describe something else. When
It's
I think
too
about
bad I'm
something else.
done. You don't have time.
That was quick.
I just took a quick drink of water. I didn't sit here and fucking scull the bottle.
I
I
thought you were
didn't
gonna
fathom
scull
the
the
damn
bottle.
thing. No, I'm just taking. I gotta save this for the whole fucking hour.
I mean, do you though? You could just drink it all now and then not drink it later.
Then my throat's gonna be sore when we're done.
Will it? Is that? You must drink way more water than I do.
I don't. You know.
Did you see that the sniffer?
And sniffer?
The sniffer.
What's this?
It's one of the 3 mobs you can vote for in this year's mob vote.
I'm not gonna vote.
You're not
I
gonna
already
vote.
voted. I already voted this year.
You-
I already voted.
So in Minecraft, they're introducing the sniffer. You're not
What the
even. You
fuck's
don't
a
even
sniffer?
care.
I'm gonna look up Minecraft mob vote, but while I'm doing that, I'm gonna tell a small story.
I don't know if they've
And it is
released
very
all of
small.
them. Go ahead.
So today, I was listening to some music in the shower. I was listening to Kardashev, which is probably my favorite death metal band at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a song called Cellar of Ghosts, which is a really good song. And I was trying to remember it. I was trying to remember what song it was because at the moment I had forgotten. I wasn't listening to it presently.
Right.
And when I forget what a song is, what the name of it is, what the lyrics are, I just try to acapella it until I figure it out.
That makes sense.
And I ended up accidentally singing Kiss from a Rose by Seal,
It's a classic.
which is the most not Kardashev song.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Do you know all the lyrics to that?
What, Kiss from a Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive. I'm impressed. I don't even know. I probably, if you started me, I would do better. But there's some weird lyrics in there.
Yeah. For example, Kiss from the Rose on the Gray, in the Gray.
I don't know. That's normal. That's
There
the
used
name
to
of the
be a
song.
Grand Tower, Alone in the Sea. You
That one-
became the light on the dark side of me. It's
That
it's
part-
a lighthouse. They're talking
Light
about a
on the
lighthouse.
dark side of me part is weird. The Grand Tower, that's just world building, baby. You're just building the world, the atmosphere.
Okay. I'm looking at this sniffer though.
Yeah, what do you think?
It looks like a goddamn nether cake.
If you're listening right
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
you should look up Minecraft Sniffer.
Yep, because
'Cause it's
Malachi's
real.
not gonna put a picture in because they are evil and fucked up.
That's true. You know, I would disagree, but it'd be like wrong of me to do. I just want you all you listeners, and all you hosts to know that Sniffer is real.
We believe. Ugh, whatever. I've got a little headache coming on. This is annoying.
That sucks. Do you have like medication? What I like to take is a nice acetaminophen.
Nah,
also-
I don't usually bother just because I don't know where it is.
That's fair.
Plus, I can tough out a headache. I did it for like 13 years.
Okay, I don't think that that's like just a good reason. Like, if a headache, you've got a headache, so you should just like tough it out. I think that that's fine to do sometimes. But if you're like, this sucks, I wish I didn't have to deal
Yeah,
with this.
no, I don't. I'm just being silly.
Okay, okay.
It wasn't even 13 years. It was like 7.
Yeah. No, it's fair. I feel the same way sometimes, where it's like I should just tough it out, even though that's like wrong.
You know what?
Yep.
You know what I think?
I do.
Then tell me.
That would like ruin the surprise for the audience.
I've been playing a lot of rhythm games recently.
Cool.
I have been playing Clone Hero.
Yep.
I played some Rocksmith.
Rocksmith.
And I played some Trombone Champ.
Trombone Champ. I saw people playing that game. It seems funny.
It's pretty fucking good. Like, unironically, it's a fun rhythm game.
Yeah.
Plus, it's got some pretty cool deeper elements, like unlocking new characters and trombone skins and shit.
That seems cool. How does that work?
You talk to a baboon that unlocks the Toot Vessel, which is definitely not the Lord Vessel from Dark Souls.
How do you talk to the baboon?
You knock on his door, but first you have to get 4 S ranks in songs.
I see. This is like in a menu thing where you knock on his door.
Yes.
That's cool.
Actually, it's in the baboon room, but you know.
But like that's like a menu thing.
Yeah. So you get 4 toots off the Toot Vessel, and then you get a key, and I don't know what the key does.
That's cool.
And then you go to the trading card area, and you buy trading cards with your toots. And you talk to a little devil with a sacrificial candle. You click on the candle a bunch, and then the devil comes out.
Of course.
And then you can trade your cards in, and you get more shit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's not what I would have expected, but it seems pretty cool.
And that's just the tip of it. I'm not even all the way through it yet. There's one more secret achievement, which means that I've probably got another baboon to meet.
It's cool.
Yeah.
That game seems interesting.
It's definitely worth $15.
I can't think of other rhythm games I've played. But I do think it's interesting how the genre is so like there's so many rock band games. Like I can't think of other genres that are so dominated by such a similar type of game.
First-person shooters.
Well, first-person shooters, I don't even agree with that because like
Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Well, Call of Duty has a makes the same game every time, and Battlefield makes the same game every time. But those are not the same game.
Well, I'm just saying, like, depending on who you ask, it is one of the two.
I just think that Rock Band and all those other ones are basically the same type of game, made by different people.
I will say that there is a distinction between Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
I'm sure they play differently a little bit.
Well, Guitar Hero has been more experimental with their peripherals inside of the 5-fret guitar. And even making the 6-fret guitar. Rock Band has stayed mostly the same in terms of instrumentation, but they also have the ability to use a MIDI controller to use an electronics drum kit. They have a keyboard controller that you can use, or you can just pipe in a MIDI keyboard like regular. They have a professional guitar, a pro guitar, which is basically like playing Rocksmith, but in Guitar Hero. Or Rock Band, rather. It's got, like, some, like, nylon strings that you strum on, and then it's got buttons for frets. But,
I do think that those are
the 6 by whatever.
I'm not trying to say there's no differences, and I do think that those are like meaningful differences. But I think that they're more similar than like basically any other genre that I can think of right now.
But then you've got like your Guitar Hero non-rock band rhythm games like your Osu and your
Yeah, yeah. Those are different for sure.
Parappa the Rappa and the precursors, the progenitors of Rock Band and Guitar Hero.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely lots of games you would call a rhythm game that are like very different. They're definitely not all the same.
Ugh. That water went weird.
Yeah, down the wrong pipe.
No, it just like a surge, a tidal surge directly into my fucking throat. And it hurt a little.
Oh, that sucks. I what I've been doing this week has been catching up on school, but also I've watched some things.
What'd you watch?
I watched Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Did I say that last week?
You might have.
I watched that. I watched Super Crooks, which is a heist movie with superheroes. Heist show. It's got 13 episodes. That was interesting. And I watched Fargo.
Oh, the movie or the show?
Well, actually, since the last time we talked about Fargo on the pod, both.
Nice. I still haven't watched the movie, and I'm only in season 3 of the show.
You're in season 3 of the show?
Yes.
You haven't completed season 3.
No.
Well, I've now completed season 3.
I feel like I just have trouble getting into it like I did with the first 2 seasons because the villain isn't as good to me. I just really
don't
can't
even
get with the wolf.
remember who the villain is. Oh,
He's
never mind.
the-
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's, in my opinion, the best villain. I think season 3 is the best one.
I really liked season 2 for Mike. Because
I thought season 2 was my least favorite.
Well, like,
So, okay, I do really like
I
that guy. The guy, Mike is the mob guy, right?
he's the black guy, the
Okay.
singular black guy
He,
in
that
all of
actor
Minnesota and North Dakota.
was in, Payday 2.
Was he really?
Yes, he was. He was the elephant.
Really?
Yeah. I really like that guy from Payday 2, and I think he did a great job. He's, like, gotta be my favorite part of season 2.
I really didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh no, he's very distinctive, I think.
Hang on, I gotta look this up.
Elephant Payday 2 will probably show you.
I'm just gonna look up Fargo season 2 cast.
That works too.
Fargo season 2 cast, Rotten Tomatoes. Motherfucking Nick Offerman was in that show. I forgot. That's pretty cool. Joaquin Woodbine. He was in Halo, the TV show. Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really didn't expect that.
He's also in some other things. Like, I think he was in Homecoming, and I didn't think we didn't really have an opportunity to do anything there.
Have I talked about how I am haunted by the ghost of Sisyphus on this show?
You have.
Yeah, that happened a lot with Fargo so far.
Yeah?
Season 2, there's the kid reading the book about Sisyphus. The one...
About Sisyphus?
Yeah, like when Jesse Plemons goes into... he's in the butcher shop.
Oh, you're right. I was thinking about the other book that she read.
I don't remember that.
She read one about,
She's reading the book when,
oh, fuck.
when the kid goes in to kill Jesse Plemons.
There was some French philosopher who was like, life is fundamentally absurd.
That was the book about Sisyphus.
Was that about Sisyphus? It was probably the same book.
Yeah,
You're
it was.
right.
It was the book talking about how at some point Sisyphus would have to find joy in rolling the boulder up the hill.
Well, it's not that. I don't think that the philosopher believes that eventually, like, he would necessarily. But like, the idea is that like,
I'm not
if,
talking about absurdism right now, though. I'm
if
talking about
Sisyphus is
Sisyphus.
stuck rolling the boulder, the thing that he has to do, in order to make it bearable, is to enjoy it. Like, it's not like
Personally,
a
I
necessary.
don't really care for the Rolling Stones, but Sisyphus, go off, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's the fucking stamp which has Sisyphus on it, and then Andrew Bird's in season.
Wait, is
4.
that Sisyphus?
He has like 3 songs. Yeah,
On the stamp?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Isn't it like
Yeah,
Atlas?
Andrew Bird has like 3 songs about Sisyphus, and he's in season 4.
Are you sure it's not? No, you're right. It is Sisyphus.
I'm the lady who's haunted by the bastard. I think I would know.
That's really interesting. I would have expected it to be Atlas, but definitely it means they're carrying it between all the things. I watched the movie, and I'm not going to give spoilers for the movie, but I will tell you some things about it that struck me, which is that there's some things about the TV show that, like, all the seasons rhyme with each other, and they have, like, a lot of the same ideas, and they conceive of the world in a very similar way, right? Like, there's this, like, shadowy, like, organization in Fargo, right? And that's, like,
Mob? You talking about the mob?
it's not even that clear that it's, like, mob that is what, like, exists in Fargo.
Well, there's also like canonically aliens, so
It's,
it's weird.
but it's, like, honestly, I don't think that the aliens, are supposed to be taken literally.
Right, but like they are literally there in the surface level show.
Yes. I don't think you're supposed to take those literally. I think it's like, you know how they keep showing the this is based on a true story?
Yeah.
Isn't that like idea that like it is a story, right? Like that's the truth about it?
Yeah.
So I, I think that definitely like maybe you're right that we should conceive of the world as having aliens, but I think it just feels different. It's part of the story. It's supposed to tell you something. And so the true like world of Fargo can like not like canonically include aliens while also having them show up in the story.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, they conceive of that like there's a lot of like things that rhyme. The Sisyphus thing, I didn't realize that he was on the stamp, but that is another part of it that rhymes.
Yeah.
But then when
the
you look at
stamp,
the
book, the
original
goddamn funeral director in season 4.
yeah. But then you look at the you look at sorry, I got distracted because I remembered a character that is in season 3. How far are you into season 3?
I'd have to pull it up, but I am
It's not a big
pulling up
deal.
my Hulu as we talk.
Okay, I'll keep talking because all these things rhyme but like the movie doesn't feel like it's the same thing. Like there's no competent powerful agency that exists in Fargo, in the original Fargo. It's not like some corporation, you know? Like it's conceived of in the show. No, I think I need to think more about the TV show.
6, by the way. The Lord of No Mercy. That's the next one I have to watch.
The Lord of No Mercy.
Season 3, episode 6. I was watching it with someone, but I haven't talked to them in a while, so I haven't been able to.
I think you have a lot of very interesting things to have
This one's
happen.
just been really slow so far, in a way that the other ones haven't been.
Is that true? I disagree about that.
For me, at least. It is true, because like the first one, sure, it's a slow burner. The whole show's a slow burner, but the season 3 just it's you know, it's you know, it's a bit of it's a slog for me a little bit.
Wait, you said that the next one is The Lord of No Mercy, so you haven't seen that one?
No, not yet.
I think you should keep watching. I think if you're worried about it being
Oh,
slow,
I
you should
plan
keep
to.
watching.
This one has taken longer to get my interest, is what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
fair.
I'm still into it. It's still Fargo, and I still love Fargo.
I think
This
that
is just taking longer for me to get into.
I
The
really
villain
liked the
isn't as immediately interesting to me like it was in the first two.
yeah.
There's no characters that I really can empathize with at all in any way. They're all just not fucking good. And which is like the point. They're not supposed to be good.
I don't know if that's even fully true.
It's just I don't feel like with the even with the first two seasons, there were obviously bad people that I
Yeah.
just was able to connect with in some way, you know,
Yeah.
which made them relatable for one and enjoyable for two. But with season 3 so far, you've just got the incompetence of the one of the Stussy brothers, the arrogance of the other. With the wolf, he's just horrible.
I love that part
He's just
with the way they say like here's the different instruments.
what do you mean?
Well, you said the wolf, like that's never mind. Maybe you haven't seen the part that I'm talking about.
It's quite possible. I mean, he's called the wolf, right? That's his name. VM Varga.
Well, his name's VM Varga.
Right. I might be mistaking it, but I'm pretty sure you remember him being called the wolf.
He's called the
Or
wolf
at least
because
referring to himself as the wolf. Just because of like what he does and who he is.
one second. Wasn't I feel like the thing that establishes that. Yeah. In episode 4, there's a narration from the that likens the characters to characters from the opera Peter and the Wolf, where they play different music fitting each character. They say this character is the songbird, this character is the duck, this character is the cat, etc. And that's why VM Varga is the wolf.
And I've just grasped onto that and kept going with it because that's like an easier reference for me, I guess.
I really like that part where they have the musical things about the characters.
I think my favorite scene from season 3 is when the external contractors, if you will, that Varga hires come in. I can't remember where they're from. I want to say Russia, but that's just because of the music that was playing. It might not be right.
When you see it, you mean like the like thugs that hang around Varga?
No, like the ones that he calls in special mail order, the ones that show up and then take up space in the back room, the one that pisses in the guy's coffee mug.
I don't remember that part.
Let's see if I can remember.
I feel like of the guys you're talking about, one of them is Russian.
I'm just trying to remember anything, but I'm having... I mean, it's been forever since I watched it.
Yeah. I found that the end of season 3 was really, really the best part. But like you need the first part for
Right.
the contextualization of it.
I feel like another part of why I don't like it as much as other ones
Mhm.
is just because it's so much more disconnected from the first two seasons. And like
Yeah?
part of what made the second season so enjoyable for me was getting to see what was going on with fucking
How connected is that to the like the main part of that is not that connected to season
the
1,
first
is it?
two season 1? No, it's literally just showing what's going on with Lou Solverson. Like that's half of the story.
I don't know who the hell Lou Solverson is.
You remember the lady in the first season that ends up marrying
Yes. Okay. I know Lou
Colin
Solverson.
Hanks. Yeah.
Um.
Lou Solverson. It ends up with the
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
the
know. It's
Sioux Falls shit. You know, it tells that story of what happened at Sioux Falls and what happened to Lou Solverson,
right.
but it also like tells the story of everything else. You know,
I
um,
I think that I don't know. There's just more. I think you need to watch more.
it also connects in that like it shows Bear Gerhardt going and talking to the people that ended up being the hitmen from season one.
He did.
Yeah, he's the guy that turned them into killers, or at least it's implied.
I don't remember that part.
At the very end of season two, I'm pretty sure it's Bear goes up to the two kids playing with a ball in the field in the park.
Oh, that guy's dead. Bear is dead
Oh,
at that point.
Bear's dead.
It's
It
not
might
Bear.
not have been Bear, but it was one of the Gerhardts.
I don't think it's one of the Gerhardts. I think it's
Oh no, it was Hansi, wasn't it?
Hansi. The
Don't
problem with
remember.
me is that
I've
I don't
got-
remember any character.
I've
name.
got the Rotten Tomatoes cast list open on my screen. I'll open it up for you as well. I'll send you the link. So
Not
go
only
ahead
do I
and
not
click
remember
on
any
that
names,
shit.
that's actually the way I like it. It's not quite true.
Um,
Hmm.
fuck. Do you
Oh,
remember when
yeah.
Kieran Culkin just got fucking destroyed by a car?
Yes, it is Hansi.
Okay. That guy, Zahn McClarnon, is in a lot of shows that I have seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
He's in Fargo
Yep.
and Reservation Dogs.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he's in Reservation Dogs. I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure he's in Reservation Dogs. Yeah, he is.
Control F.
He plays Big, who is a cop in the town that the show takes place in.
All right.
I'm scrolling through looking for more shit that he's in that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm just overplaying it in my mind. But I've seen him around a lot, you know?
I understand that. You get like used to a face, and you find it like very familiar.
I've seen just a lot of people from Reservation Dogs. A lot. That
Yeah.
show is just a fucking super group of actors from different places.
Mm-hmm.
I still have to watch season 2.
Of Reservation Dogs.
Yeah.
What's Reservation Dogs?
It is, according to the description on Rotten Tomatoes. Series info. Following the exploits of 4 indigenous teenagers in rural Oklahoma who steal, rob, and save in order to get to exotic, mysterious, faraway land of California. To succeed, they will have to save enough money, outmaneuver the meth heads at the junkyard on the edge of town, and survive a turf war against a much tougher rival gang. The first of its kind creative team tells a story that resonates with them and their lived experiences and invites audiences into a surprisingly familiar and funny world.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Taika Waititi joint. He made this show. Well, I say he made it. He is an executive producer, one of 3, and he's also co-creator.
I still have to
Along with
watch
Sterling Harjo. Harjo? I don't know.
Yeah. I still have to watch What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, it's a good show. I need to watch more of it. I've seen only season 1.
No, I even mean the movie of it, which is the thing that Taika Waititi
The
did.
movie too. Yeah. I mean, Taika Waititi was involved in the show too.
Right.
Did you know that that show is a spin-off, or that show has a spin-off rather, that is called Wellington Paranormal?
There's a
Takes
spin-off
place in
of it?
Wellington, New Zealand.
Well, I've seen an episode of Wellington Paranormal.
Did you know that it was a spin-off of What We Do in the Shadows?
I did not.
Yeah. Jermaine Clement. He's up in that bitch.
Is that a character name or a person name?
That's a person name. Jermaine Clements from Flight of the Conchords.
That's more information that doesn't help me.
Oh my god, you're horrible. You're making me Google Jermaine Clement.
Let's go. See, I've actually secretly Google increased
Jermaine
search.
Clement was in What We Do in the Shadows, Flight of the Conchords, Men in Black 3, Moana, Rio, Wellington Paranormal, Dinner for Schmucks,
I'm
Eagle
gonna have to
vs.
search up
Shark,
this guy.
Nude Tuesday, Rio 2,
What was the name again?
People, Places, Things, Keehan Liu,
What was the guy's name again?
Jermaine Clement.
Jermaine, like Jermaine without the R.
Yes. I
Oh, with a
guess.
J. It's not really like that at all.
Yeah. Jemai.
Oh, I know this guy.
Of course you.
He was in Rio. What? Who did he do in Rio?
I don't know. Probably some dude. Probably one of the
True.
animals. He was
He was
Nigel.
in Rio too. Nigel?
Nigel.
Oh, the villain.
I guess. Yeah, that's Jermaine Clement. He's the villain. He's Nigel, the fucking cockatoo. Or whatever. Yeah, sulfur-crested cockatoo.
See, I'm just actually trying to increase the number of searches you make every day, so I'm doing a great job. At
You
that.
are killing my Google
I'm actually
algorithm.
refining it. Now they know that you know the name Jermaine Clement. So
Yeah, but now I've also got Nigel Rio stuck in my Google search.
that was the secret trick.
You would work at Paisanos.
What? What?
I said you would work at Paisanos because you tricked me.
No, well that's true, but like, I mean like.
That's a
I mean-
deep cut reference that you of all people should know.
I just didn't understand why you're bringing it up. Except like I
Because you
understand that
tricked
like
me.
it's the combination because I tricked you both times.
Yeah. But little do you know that I've been playing the long game. One of these days you're gonna realize what's going on.
You know?
One of these days you're gonna realize, and then you're gonna shit everywhere.
I feel
I'm
like
talking
I'm not
under
gonna
the
do
bed,
that.
over the bed, in the bed,
This is very bed
on the bed.
related like shitting.
Yeah.
Generally, it's not how it
sometimes you
goes
shit
for
the
me.
bed. Sometimes you shit the bed.
Like not really.
I'm just look.
Maybe you, but I'm a bit different in that way. Normally,
Fucking I didn't get to talk about another game I played this week.
I
just thought
mean,
about it.
you say that as if I'm like barring you. You can say it. You can talk about it. Go ahead.
It's just out of nowhere, you know. I forgot about it, and now we're halfway through our recording time, a little over actually.
I hate to tell you.
And I'm
this.
just remembering.
Spoiler alert. I hate to tell you the secret deep cut reference about the podcast. Like we've never stayed on topic, so we've
I
had
know.
enough.
I've
segued-
literally called this ADD the podcast before.
We've segued into it. Go ahead.
Hi, my name's Grace, and I play video games. And this week I played one called Bone Lab, this sort of sequel to Boneworks.
Bone Lab, right? It came out. I saw you played some of it.
Yeah, I played the whole story.
The entire story.
The whole story.
Do you get motion sick from VR?
Not at all.
Well, that
Though I did
explains
get
how you
dizzy
do it.
once because I fell unexpectedly
In the game or in real life?
in the game. I never fall in real life.
Yeah?
Only upstairs, actually. I do fall upstairs a lot.
You're like hurrying too much.
It's just that, like, I get excited and then forget how to balance.
I understand. I mean, going upstairs makes a lot of sense when you're like really just like, you know, you're just like pushing to the next frontier. How many steps can you like shove yourself up in a short amount of time?
It was mostly just that when I was in school, I would fucking what?
You would what?
Yeah, I'll be good. I'm recording my podcast. Okay.
To those of you at home, you'll notice that I have not cut this out of the podcast. This is because I like to keep an open air between me and the podcast listener. And also because I'm not editing this.
But also because you just like keeping my mom knocking on my door telling me that we have to leave soon.
Well, tell us more about Bone Lab before that happens.
Bone Lab is a physics sandbox game in VR.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also... sorry, I got a text. My mom's telling me to put a sign on my door.
It's also a Hatsune Miku dress-up game.
That's not at all true.
You can dress up...
You can dress up as Hatsune Miku.
So I feel like you said no and then also confirmed the fact that what I said was true.
Well, the way you said it implies that you are dressing up Hatsune Miku in different cute outfits.
No, you're dressing yourself up in different cute Hatsune Miku outfits.
You could do that technically, yes. Because of the avatar switching mechanic, which is one of the main gimmicks of the game that doesn't actually unlock until the end of the game.
Did you have any fun avatar switching? Which avatars were you switching?
I liked to play as the chunky one and the tall one.
Oh, you didn't import your own?
No, I only played the main story and then I stopped because I wanted to take a break from it because I was it was getting to me, you know?
Yeah.
I started to hurt myself a little bit because I was playing too much VR.
I see. Well, you should tell me if you go back into it and are careful not to hurt yourself from doing too much VR.
It was mostly just that I rotated weirdly and fucked my hip a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I assume you'll get back to it at some point.
Probably.
Well, you should tell me what creatures you decide to inhabit.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to playing with some mods this time because they made it much more accessible and easy to do.
That's cool.
That's like the main draw of the game is modding.
Right, that's the reason why you get it instead of the original Bone crap.
Well, you get Boneworks because you want to play the Boneworks and the story that's in it.
Yeah.
You get Bone Lab because somebody hasn't modded all of Boneworks into it yet.
Right. Wait, you're saying just at some point Bone Lab will just also include all of Boneworks so it won't matter?
Probably. I mean, people are probably going to mod it in, you know?
Right.
That said, though, with Boneworks itself, you get all of the extra modules and stuff, and it's all seamless how you get through it.
Yeah. Community content is good.
Community content's pretty good.
Oh, there's one hatred. I'm bringing up something completely off topic. I talked about Cyberpunk Edgerunners. In that show, there's a character named Rebecca. If you searched up Rebecca Edgerunners, you'd find her. And what's fucked up is people are horny for this character. When what they should be is you have giant metal hands. That's awesome. That's fucked up. That's
probably why they're horny for this character.
No, I see people drawing them, and they just care about, it's a short, girl, instead of it being, giant hands. They even, have the version of her where she doesn't have the giant robotic hands. When, that's, the coolest part. Give her the giant robotic hands already. You cowards. It's fucked up. People need to stop being horny and instead see giant robotic hands and go, that's pretty cool. The world would be a better place if they thought that.
I'm Googling this right now. Hatsune Miku looking.
She's got blue hair, that's it.
She's got blue-green hair.
Sure, so that's even less Hatsune Miku-y.
Hatsune Miku has blue-green hair.
No, that's blue. It's a little bit green, but this is even green-blue.
Status dead as fuck.
Do you see the giant hands?
No,
None of
the
them?
pockets.
Okay, do you see any of the ones where she has giant hands?
Let me go to Google Images real quick. This is a flip-off with tiny hands.
Yeah, you don't want that.
This is guns with big hands.
Yeah, that's good.
She only has 3 fingers in the big hand mode.
That's
not enough fingers.
That's as many as you need.
You should have at least 7.
7?
7 fingers.
Also, she has 4. You miscounted. Are you saying the thumb is not a finger?
Well, I mean, I couldn't see the thumb.
I see.
I'm going to send you a picture of a shirt that you are not going to talk about on the show. You will not mention this after I have sent it to you.
Oh my god. See, this is exactly what I mean, though. You understand why I hate this, and I wish that they would, like... I wish they would care about the giant hands.
Yeah, they've taken it a little far with this shirt. And
Like,
now I'm on board with you.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Especially this character. Stop being attracted to this character and just care about the giant hands.
You know what I think people should be more interested in, but
What?
they aren't? The Animatrix.
The Animatrix. What?
Yes. The Animatrix.
Animatrix.
It's a Matrix supplemental that is basically anime. It's a bunch of short films combined into one large film
That's
that
cool.
explains the universe of the Matrix, but like before the Matrix movie.
Well, I've never seen anything about this, so maybe I should be one of the people who cares more about the Animatrix. Maybe.
Pretty good.
Definitely have to consider it. You should probably, we should probably end the episode here.
Maybe.
To all of you at home, I'm thinking one thing that you should do, and that's send us an email. It's very simple. You go to your email client of your choice.
No. First, you have to go to www.google.com. Then you can do your web search from there.
And then that's true.
You have to use www.google.com. Otherwise, your search will not work. We are not visible anywhere else. If you're using Bing, unsubscribe. Who are you?
If you're using
A
Bing, you have
cop?
to unsubscribe and then go to www.google.com. And
then you go
find
to
us.
www.youtube.com and resubscribe via Google. Because
Exactly.
then we'll actually accept you.
You'll
And
be
then you go to
welcomed into the folk.
www.google.com. And then you go to www.gmail.com. And then you create a Gmail account.
Or maybe you already have one, then you're going to want to log in. And if you forgot your password, then that's when you click the forgot password button.
And if you're already logged in, then you click log out. And then you go to create an email.
Send
And
us
then
an
you
email.
create a new email.
I'm cutting this off. Send us an email. Our email is ballpod.show@gmail.com. It's also in the description if you just want to copy and paste it. Send us an email.
Yeah.
Show us some
It's also in the
ball-shaped
channel's
object.
about info. You can click on the contact button and it'll
It's
just
everywhere.
be right there. It's if you close your eyelids, you'll see our email.
Yep.
Just close your eyes real quick. Close your eyes. Play with us. Close your eyes.
And with that, thank you for listening to this episode.
Yeah. Show us your balls.
Show us your balls. See ya.
Bye.